My dog stepped on a bee. We went to the vet and went on with our... I was just sitting there on this carpet, looking at the dirty carpet, wondering how I wound up on this carpet and why I never noticed that the carpet was so filthy before. I just sat there thinking, how much time do I have till I figure out what I need to do? Because God, did he just hit me? No, I didn't want to leave him. I didn't want this to be the reality. I didn't want to have the man I was in love with. I know you don't come back from that. You know, I'm not dumb. I know you...
Ironically, she has a little difficulty crying, acting-wise, so, which a lot of us do. And so, yeah, we would have to work when we were doing it acting-wise, but it was a lot.
The acting is the crying that she did in a role different than the crying you observed so often in the last year of her relationship with Mr. Dutt?
Yes, inherently acting crying is very different unless somebody is working in what's called method, in which that's an entirely different thing where they focus on their own stuff. So she's not a method actor, so it would be completely different.
I thought maybe he was serious. I thought maybe, God, he doesn't love me. Maybe he really feels this way. It broke my heart. Broke my heart. I wanted to marry him so bad. This is the man I loved, you know. Yes, it was awful at times, but I loved him and what he was saying.
Objection, Your Honor, non-responsive.
Overruled. What he was saying to me hurt just as bad as anything else. I just remember that he left me on the closet floor, and as embarrassing as it is to say, I went up to him at some point. I don't know how much time had passed. He was sitting at the piano in the living room of the hotel room that we had. My dog stepped on a bee. We went to the vet and went on with our... It's so... I know it may be hard to understand. It's hard for me to hear myself say, but I just wanted it to stop. I wanted things to just be okay. And I just sat next to him on the piano, and I just leaned my head on his shoulder, and of course I was mad, and felt it was horrible what he'd done. But on the other hand, I wanted us to be okay.
Ironically, she has a little difficulty crying, acting-wise, so, which a lot of us do. And so, yeah, we would have to work when we were doing it acting-wise, but it was a lot.
The acting is the crying that she did in a role different than the crying you observed so often in the last year of her relationship with Mr. Dutt?
Yes, inherently acting crying is very different unless somebody is working in what's called method, in which that's an entirely different thing where they focus on their own stuff. So she's not a method actor, so it would be completely different.
I wish so much he had said he was joking, because it didn't hurt. It didn't physically hurt me. Could just put I could put the physical stuff in a box, and I just kept going back on how much I love this person. So just put my makeup on and went to the premiere with him and walked the red carpet with him, and I remember in the car checking my phone obsessively for pictures because my dress was backless. Of all times to have a backless dress. And then I was just looking at pictures of us on the red carpet. It was surreal because I was
checking for bruises and making sure that nothing, like there would be no marks on me, and we just looked like this other thing on this red carpet when it was just...
Well, I hope you enjoyed that fun little compilation as much as I did making it. This is Amber Heard's acting coach. Quite literally scraping the bottom of the barrel for witnesses. You've got all these people around you, apparently, and yet, I mean, you're doing an acting coach as a witness for domestic violence and abuse, really? That's scraping the bottom of the barrel. But the funny thing is, in her testimony, because the rest of it was worthless, and I'm not going to cover it, because it really is completely worthless. But what I found utterly hilarious was the fact that she said, and I quote, you know, her acting crying isn't very good. I think she said ironically as well. I should know, I've watched it enough times to make this funny little clip together. And I just found that utterly hilarious, because notice what everyone was saying online was, where were the tears? She spent 2 days crying in her opening testimony. I say crying with, you know, inverted commas, quotation marks, because there were no tears. She wasn't crying. And her acting coach confirms she can't fake cry. She struggles as an actor to fake cry. Which I just found hilarious. Because it really does rivet. And obviously, you know, my dog stepped on a bee. Who can forget that classic line? The instantly memeable moment. Amber Heard's dog stepping on a bee. She went to the vet. Absolutely hilarious. Love it. So there you go. I guess we've now got to the bottom of exactly why Amber Heard didn't cry. Because when she is, acting, she can't act. She can't do fake crying. So no tears came out. She struggles. Can we consider that, you know, an expert witness testimony? I think so. I mean, obviously we can't, but I still found it, you know, hilarious. And definitely something to take home and consider. Because, again, everyone's pointed out the fact that she wasn't crying. There were no tears. And it's weird when people do that. You know, the face has an involuntary reaction when you cry. She exhibited no signs of that at all. No flushing, no redness in the eyes, no watering, nothing. There was no signs of actual tears. Unless, of course, she's Botoxed her face up to high heaven and, you know, screwed up all the tear ducts and stuff. But anyway, thought you'd appreciate it. I thought it was funny anyway. Take care.